that was me having a go at Johnny Be Good, or the intro to Johnny Be Good by Chuck Berry. Just playing along there with a backing track. That's a backing track from MrBassandDrums.com, and that's a great way, once you've learnt the song, bringing yourself up to speed by playing along with that, because that gives you, it sort of gets your timing in. And they're also great to use if you want to do some recording or go out as a duo. And if you listen to the original on that track, if I find that, that's a very, the sound he's got there is a very, it's a clean sound, but with a little bit of valve overdrive, which it's that sort of. So that's the starting point. If you want to get close to him, go for a clean sound, slightly overdriven, and let's take a look at closer look at the note. Right, Johnny Be Good, the notes. Now the song's in B flat, but typically if you've been in a band or you join one, everyone does it in A. They say, "Oh, Johnny Be Good in A," but we'll do it in B flat. It makes no difference what you learn here. Just move it down a fret, and you can, or anywhere on the fretboard, so you can transpose it. The shapes all stay the same, so it's nice and easy in that respect. Now the first three notes. We got G at the 7th fret, B at the 6th fret, and B at the 8th fret. And you need a little slide to kick it off. It doesn't have to be, that's a very long one, just a little thing here. If you take that G at the 7th and the B at the 6th, which is the second note, if you do the two simultaneously, you've got that 2-string time effect. And again, that's something to experiment with, as opposed to the singles. Then you've got that little slide. Now that's on the B and the E strings. It starts from the 5th fret and you slide to the 6th. Sort of sounds like this. Then you've got this fairly long run. I'll do the whole thing first. Do that a bit slower. That's E at the 6th, B at the 9th, B at the 8th, B at the 6th, G at the 6th, G at the 7th, and D at the 8th. Now that G at the 6th and the 7th, you can just do a hammer on there. You don't necessarily need to. So I'm hitting that note, but then I'm just putting that finger down. I'm not picking at the other end. Then you've got a bit of rhythm. Now that's on the A and the D string at the 8th fret, and that sort of goes. And that's really the only 2 strings you want to strum. Let's put everything together again. Now here we go. This next section, it's just it starts like the intro again. So it's G at the 7th, B at the 6th, B at the 8th, and then back to B at the 6th. Then you've got the little group of 4 notes. It's D at the 10th, D at the 8th, A at the 10th, and A at the 8th. Now those last 4 can also be played down here. That's G at the 5th, G at the 3rd, D at the 5th, and D at the 3rd. I'd favour it up here for no good reason, and that's probably where I went when I learnt it, and so I sort of stuck with it. But I don't find a lot of difference at speed. Now you've got the sort of the duck walk bit. It's the bit that makes you really sound like Chuck Berry. Now what you do there is you take the G string at the 8th fret and give it a good bend, and then you need to bar the B and the E string at the 6th fret, and now if you do, if you just hit the B string, you get a single effect, and if you hit the B and the E, it's worth experimenting with a combination of those to get the sound right. Now the next bit, you take the last bend is the first note, so that's the G on the 8th fret, and then you've got a fairly long run, so I'll do it first and then we'll come back. So let's work that through. Going from that bend, you've got that's G at the 8th fret, got E at the 6th, B at the 9th, B at the 8th, B at the 6th, E at the 8th, E at the 6th, B at the 9th, B at the 8th, B at the 6th. And you've got G at the 8th and G at the 7th. Now on that last one there, bit like the intro, as well as doing that G on the 7th, tuck in that B on the 6th at the same time and do the 2 strings. Then you've got a little bit of a sweep. Now, that can be tricky, but if you think of it this way, in terms of a bar chord, if you think of all the notes in a bar chord, and then you did them individually, if you go from the D string and just do the last 4, you got, and that's, you just want to practice just doing those last things there, and then practice. You've got to do it fast, and the last 2 you kind of rolling action when you're covering 2 strings with 1 finger. Let's go through that a little bit again from the bend. From that sweep, then the last little bit, we've got E at the 6th, B at the 9th, B at the 8th, B at the 6th, and then you've got a little bend. Keep that finger there on the B at the 6th, and you want the G on the 8th, so it's these 2, which is basically your duck walk bit again. And then the last 3 notes, G on the 8th, G on the 7th, again if you want to tuck that in, and D on the 8th finishes it all off. That's a bit complicated for me. Let's just go from that bend again. Right, put the whole thing together in slow motion. And there we go. Have fun with it.